I'm going to keep seeing him whether you like it or not. She announced about her ex. That's your right, I said. It was also my right to pack my stuff while she was at his place. She came home to an empty closet and a text. Good luck with him. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Throwaway account for obvious reasons. This happened a couple years back, but I've been lurking on here and finally decided to share. It's a long one, but if you've ever been blindsided by someone you trusted, stick around. I met Sarah back in college, about 8 years ago. We were both studying business, me focusing on finance, her on marketing. She was ambitious, full of ideas, and I loved that about her. I was the steady one, the guy who planned ahead, saved money, and made sure things ran smooth. We clicked because opposites attract, right? Or so I thought. After graduation, things got real. I landed a solid job at a mid-sized investment firm in our city, pulling in decent pay but nothing flashy. Sarah struggled more. Her first gig fell through. Then she bounced between freelance stuff and temp roles. I didn't mind stepping up. I covered most of the rent on our apartment so she could focus on building her portfolio. Remember those late nights? I'd come home from a 12-hour day, and she'd be stressed about a pitch or a client ghosting her. I'd make dinner, listen to her vent, and remind her she was talented. We've got this, I'd say. And we did, for a while. I sacrificed a lot without making a big deal about it. There was that promotion I turned down because it involved relocating, and I didn't want to uproot her when she was finally getting traction. Family trips? I skipped a few to help pay off her student loans faster. Even small things, like putting off buying a new car so we could afford her networking events or that fancy laptop she needed for design work. I wasn't keeping score. I just believed in us. We talked about marriage, kids, the whole future. She wore this promise ring I gave her, and we'd joke about upgrading it someday. But cracks started showing about 2 years ago. Sarah reconnected with her ex, Mike, through some mutual friends on social media. At first, it was innocent, or so she said. Just catching up, she'd tell me when I'd see his name pop up on her phone. Mike was the bad boy type from her high school days. Tattoos, motorcycles, always chasing the next thrill. He'd dumped her back then for someone else, but now he was single again, working as a bartender and DJ on the side. Nothing stable, but apparently that was part of the appeal. It started with emotional stuff. She'd compare us subtly. Mike's so spontaneous, we should try that more. Or she'd post throwback photos with him in group shots, captioning them with inside jokes that made me feel like an outsider. I confronted her once, calmly, over coffee. This feels off, I said. She rolled her eyes. You're being paranoid. It's just nostalgia. But then the late nights out, with friends, increased, and her phone became glued to her hand. I'd wake up to her giggling at texts in the dark. I tried to hold it together. Maybe I was too predictable, too safe. I planned surprise dates, weekend getaways, anything to reignite that spark. But deep down I knew. The disrespect crept in online too. Vague posts about needing excitement or rediscovering old flames. Mutual friends would message me, awkward, saying they saw her out with him. It hurt, man. I'd stare at the ceiling at night, wondering where I went wrong. I gave her everything, stability, support, loyalty, and she was treating me like a backup plan. The confusion ate at me. Why wasn't that enough? But I didn't blow up. I waited, hoping she'd come around. Spoiler, she didn't. It all came to a head one Friday evening. I'd gotten home early from work, picked up her favorite takeout, Thai food, extra spicy, thinking we could talk things out. She walked in around 7, looking distracted, phone in hand. No kiss hello, just a sigh as she dropped her bag. We sat at the kitchen table, food getting cold. I started gentle. Sarah, we need to address this thing with Mike. It's messing with us. She leaned back, crossing her arms, a smirk playing on her lips. Address what? That I'm seeing him again. My stomach dropped. Seeing him? As in? Yes, seeing him. We've been hanging out. More than that, actually. She said it so casually, like discussing the weather. I kept my voice even. You're cheating on me with your ex? She laughed, actually laughed. Cheating? Come on, don't be dramatic. It's not like that. Mike gets me in ways you don't. He's exciting, passionate. With you, it's all routine, work, bills, the same old weekends. I need more than that. I stared at her, the room spinning a bit. We've built a life together. I supported you through everything, your jobs, your dreams. And this is how you repay that." Her eyes narrowed, that smug tone kicking in. "Repay? This isn't a transaction. I've been feeling trapped for months. Mike makes me feel alive. He doesn't plan every little thing. He just lives. And honestly, you've been holding me back. I could have pursued bigger opportunities if I wasn't tied down to your stable life." "Tied down?" I echoed, keeping calm despite the rage building. "I turned down promotions for you, paid your debts, and now I'm the problem." She shrugged, dismissive. "See? That's your issue, always bringing up what you've done, like I owe you. This is about my happiness. I'm going to keep seeing him whether you like it or not. We can try an open thing, or whatever, but I'm not stopping." Her logic twisted like a knife. She painted me as controlling, boring, when all I'd done was commit. An open thing? After 8 years. Why not? People evolve. Mike says life's too short for monogamy bullshit. And frankly, you're not enough for me anymore. I deserve someone who challenges me, not comforts me. I sat there, absorbing it. No tears, no yelling from me. Just the unfairness sinking in, her hypocrisy, acting like her betrayal was self-growth. "So that's it. You're choosing him." "I'm choosing me," she snapped, standing up. "And yeah, him too. I'm heading over there now. We can talk more tomorrow if you want, but don't wait up." She grabbed her keys and left, doors slamming. I didn't chase her. The silence hit hard, the takeout untouched, her promise ring still on the counter where she'd left it months ago. I felt discarded, like trash. Why did she get to rewrite our story as my fault? But I didn't call or text. Instead, I poured a drink and let the confusion wash over me. It was outrageous, undeserved. I'd been loyal to a fault, and she repaid it with smug cruelty. She was gone for hours that night, probably the whole weekend knowing her. I didn't sleep much. Instead, I paced the apartment, replaying everything. Flashbacks hit. The time I drove 3 hours in the rain to pick her up from a failed job interview, consoling her with ice cream. Or when her mom was sick, and I handled all the bills so she could visit family. Sacrifices that meant nothing now. By morning, clarity came. No begging, no confrontation, that wasn't me. If she wanted out, fine. But I wasn't sticking around to be humiliated further. I started packing methodically. Clothes, books, my laptop, anything that was mine. The joint stuff? I'd deal with later. I loaded boxes into my car, changed the locks on a whim, it was my name on the lease anyway, and canceled our shared streaming accounts and gym membership. Petty? Maybe, but it felt like reclaiming control. Around noon, I sat on the empty bed, our bed, and typed a simple text. "Good luck with him." Sent. Then I blocked her number, unfollowed her everywhere, and drove to a buddy's place across town. He'd offered his couch anytime, no questions. I crashed there, staring at the ceiling again. The silence was deafening at first. No more her laughter, her complaints, her presence. It hurt, the unfairness of it all. Why did loyal guys like me end up the punchline? But I didn't spiral. Instead, I focused inward. Signed up for therapy the next week. Yeah, I needed to unpack that mess. Picked up running, something I'd neglected. And work? I threw myself in, finally chasing that promotion I'd passed on before. It involved a transfer to a nearby city branch. Better pay, fresh start. I took it without hesitation. Weeks blurred. Mutual friends reached out, confused. "What happened?" "Sarah's freaking out." I kept responses short. "We split." Moving on. No details, no drama. She'd come home that night to an empty closet, half the apartment bare, my key on the counter. I imagined her reaction, shock, maybe anger. But I didn't witness it. That was the point, detachment. I disappeared from her life as quietly as she'd erased me from hers. No outburst, just dignity. It was my right, after all. Months passed in a blur after I left. I settled into my new city, about an hour's drive from the old one, with the promotion kicking in. Bigger office, better team, and a salary bump that let me rent a decent one-bedroom overlooking a park. Therapy helped unpack the mess Sarah left behind. Turns out, I'd been carrying her emotional weight for years, ignoring my own needs. I started hiking on weekends, joined a local book club, even dated casually a couple times. Nothing serious, but it reminded me I wasn't boring, just reliable. Life felt lighter without the constant drama. I didn't stalk her socials, I'd blocked everything, but word trickled in through mutuals. At first, it was surface stuff, posts about her new chapter with Mike, all smiles and adventure captions. Motorcycle rides, late-night parties, the thrill she craved. But cracks showed quick. One friend mentioned offhand that Mike wasn't as stable as he seemed. Bartending gigs dried up, and he had a gambling habit that ate through cash fast. Sarah, ever the marketer, tried to spin it, helping him with side hustles, posting about building together. But reality hit. About 4 months post-split, the real karma rolled in. I got a call from our old landlord. Yeah, the lease was in my name, but I'd sublet to a coworker after leaving. He mentioned Sarah had been late on rent, begging extensions. Turns out, Mike had convinced her to quit her freelance gigs for a joint venture, some half-baked event planning thing that flopped. They blew through savings on failed launches, and his instability surfaced, yelling matches in public, controlling her phone, isolating her from friends. One mutual confided that Mike had cheated on her already, with a co-worker from the bar, but gaslit her into thinking it was her fault for being too needy. She unraveled fast, lost her main client because she missed deadlines amid the chaos. Friends distanced themselves. The truth about her cheating spread, and no one wanted the drama. Her posts shifted from smug to vague cries for help. Tough times build character, or learning who my real friends are. Then the big one, Mike dumped her. Packed his stuff while she was at a job interview. Ironic, right? Left a note saying she was dragging him down. She came home to an empty place. Sound familiar? But this time, broke, with mounting debts from their ventures. Her family stepped in minimally. They were always more about appearances than support. I didn't gloat. Hearing it secondhand, I felt a quiet vindication. Not joy at her pain, just the irony. She'd chased excitement and got burned by it. Meanwhile, I was thriving. Closed a big deal at work, bought that new car I'd put off, even started volunteering at a community center. The unfairness from before? It faded. This was justice, earned through her choices. But I kept my distance. No responses, no involvement. Let her sit with it, like I had. It started subtle, about 6 months after I left. My phone buzzed with an unknown number. She'd gotten a new one, I guessed. The text, "Hey, it's Sarah. Can we talk? I miss our chats." I ignored it. Then another, "I know I messed up. Mike was a mistake. Please, just hear me out." Delete, block. But she escalated. Voicemails next. "Babe, hey. Things didn't work out with him. He was awful, controlling. I realize now what I had with you. Stability, love. I was stupid. Call me." Her voice cracked a bit, desperate undertone creeping in. I listened once, then deleted. No sympathy stirred. She'd made her bed. Then the friends and family piled on, just as toxic as her. First, her best friend Mia messaged on social. "Dude, Sarah's going through hell." Mike left her high and dry. "You're being cold by ghosting. At least give her closure." I replied curt. "We split. No closure needed." Blocked. Her sister called next, unpleasant as ever, always the enabler. "You think you're better now? Sarah needs help. She told me everything. How you just vanished like a coward. Family sticks together. You owe her after all those years." Owe her. The hypocrisy burned, but I stayed calm. We're not family anymore. Don't call again. Hung up, blocked. Sarah amped it up. Showed up at my old office. Yeah, she tracked it down somehow. Security buzzed me. "Woman here for you." I told them to send her away. Then emails. "I saw your LinkedIn update. Congrats on the promotion. See, I always knew you'd succeed. But I helped get you there, right? Let's meet. Coffee. I need to apologize in person." Desperation turned pleading. "Please, I'm struggling. Lost my job, debts piling up. You were always the fixer. Help me fix this." Ignored. That's when anger surfaced, her true colors shining. Furious texts from burners. "How dare you ignore me? After everything I put up with, your boring routines, your control. Mike was right. You're heartless. But fine, rot alone." Then back to desperate. "Wait. No, I didn't mean that. I'm just hurt. Please, one call." Cycles of sweet to spiteful, revealing the manipulation I'd missed before. Her mom even emailed, "Guilt-tripping queen. Sarah's depressed, alone. You broke her heart by leaving like that. Be a man and talk." Unpleasant, pushy like always. I forwarded it to spam. Friends stopped defending her. Some apologized to me privately. We saw the posts, heard the stories. Sorry we didn't say anything sooner. Isolation hit her hard. No more network, no support net. Through it all, I stayed detached. Therapy reinforced it. Her chaos wasn't my problem. I'd built boundaries, focused on my growth. But the attempts wore thin. Power had reversed. She was unraveling, grasping at a life I'd left behind. It was satisfying, in a quiet way, not revenge, just consequences. It culminated at a mutual friend's birthday party, about a year after the split. Jake, one of the few neutrals, invited me. Low-key gathering, he said. I figured Sarah might show, but I went anyway. My life was solid, steady dates with a great woman named Lisa, who joined me for hikes, and actually appreciated stability. Work thriving, even mentoring juniors. I walked in composed, beer in hand, chatting with old acquaintances. There she was, across the room, disheveled, forced smile. Skinnier, eyes tired, nursing a drink alone. Our eyes met. She beelined over, cornering me by the snacks. Hey, you look good, she started, voice shaky. New city treating you well. I nodded politely. Yeah, it is. She fidgeted. Listen, I know I've been blowing up your phone. But seeing you here, it hits different. Mike was a disaster. Abusive, cheated, left me broke. I lost everything chasing that excitement. I get it now. You were the real deal. Stable, kind. I was smug, stupid. Please, can we try again? I'll change. Therapy, whatever it takes. Her pleas dripped hypocrisy, the same twisted logic, reframed as regret. I deserve a second chance. We had history. I sipped my beer calm. History's done, Sarah. You chose your path. She pressed, desperate. But you just left. No fight, no nothing. That hurt. And now you're thriving while I'm this. Anger flickered. It's not fair. You owe me a conversation at least. I met her eyes, indifferent. Fair? You announced you'd keep seeing him, dismissed me like yesterday's news. I detached, my right, remember? Now, you've become irrelevant to the life I've built. New job, new people, new peace. You're a closed chapter. She teared up, voice rising. Irrelevant? After 8 years? You're cold now, huh? Fine, enjoy your upgrade. But you'll regret this. Power flip was clear, her desperation versus my detachment. Others noticed, whispers starting. I shrugged. No regrets here. Take care of yourself. Turned away, joined Lisa by the fire pit. Sarah hovered a bit, then left early, alone. That night sealed it. No more attempts after, she faded. I blocked the last burners, moved on fully. Emotional freedom hit, confusion gone, dignity intact. Justice served, ironic and complete. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.